Oo, si Dean Ederson Tapia po ang ating makakapanayam. Dean, good morning po. Thank you for joining us. Kami po ni Rica dito sa Balita Patan.
Good morning, Peter. Good morning, Rica. At sa mga milyon-milyon nating tagapakinig.
Alam
Ay.
na alam ni Dean talaga yan.
Ay.
Tumataginting na milyones talaga yan. Hi, Dean. Good morning. Thank you for joining us again.
Hi, Dean. You are living witness dun po sa mga pangyayari sa Senado kahapon. Ano po yung initial reaction ninyo after watching po yung that episode of Amy and her privileged speech and the audiovisual presentation and the reaction of the minority? Ano po ang pumasok sa inyong isipan?
Well, unang-una muna, Peter, no? It's a new law para sa akin, no? Na
Opo.
matagal nang nag-oobserba ng politika sa Pilipinas. Kasi okay naman yung mga debate, okay naman yung pagkakaiba ng opinyon. Pero kung yung fake news ay ginagawang material para sa privileged speech at pinipresenta hindi bilang opinion kundi facts, medyo problematic yun. Kaya it's not at all surprising na yung mga members ng minority, halos lahat yata tumindig para tumutol doon sa privileged speech ni Senator Amy, no? In the end, she was forced to withdraw yung kanyang privileged speech dahil sa totoo lang, talaga namang sa tingin ko hindi siya karapat-dapat na pakinggan at i-present sa isang august body, ika nga, katulad ng Senado.
Opo, Dean. Sabi nga nila, yung they're trying, I think there was a common statement sa mga senador, majority man o minoriano, na sabi, they're trying their darnest to make the Senate great again. Parang America great again no? And nararamdaman nila kung paano sila inaaglahi ng mga tao no sa social media in particular. And yet, this still parang tone deaf yung iba no Dean. Anong palagay nyo?
Hindi lang tone deaf, Peter, no? Parang nakakadagdag pa ng problema dun sa already yung malaking apoy, no? Kasi nung nakita natin sa nangyari, no? I think for many of us, myself included, kakaiba yung mga events na nangyari ng mga nakaraang araw, no? Hindi natin yan nakita noon, no matter how serious the debates in the Senate is, no? Pero ngayon, iba na, meron ng barilan, meron ng ano. Tama nga yung nabanggit ninyo kanina, tinalo pa yung Netflix sa
Views.
bilang para kulang na lang popcorn para ma-amuse tayo. No, hindi ganoon ang intent ng Senado, hindi lang dito sa Pilipinas, no? Kamukha nung pinagsimulan niya mga yan sa Roma. The Senate represented the best of the best among the people. Hindi yan circus. Yung circus nandun sa Colosseum. Pero ngayon, wala na rin tayong ibang magagamit pang description dyan, kundi talagang circus na. Kaya nakakalungkot at nakakahiya yung nangyayari sa Senado natin.
Oho, isa din sa medyo alarming doon, Dean, no? Yun ngang inilabas na video ay sabi nga rin ng mga ilang mga Senado ay opinionated, hindi naman ito nakabase sa facts na dinaanan ng ilang layers of verification para matawag mong ebidensya, no? For a senator to become a purveyor of fake news, di po ba this is something that we should be worried about? But the thing is, sila pa po yung nagpe-play ng victim card. So how do we go about challenging our supposedly esteemed senators na mag-step up kayo doon sa dapat na values na ina-uphold ninyo as public officials?
Una-una, Rica, hindi ko makita kung anong anggulo sila magiging biktima dito sa issue na to, no? No matter how they portray themselves to be so-called victims, pa-victim pwede pa, hindi ko makita yung ganong anggulo eh. Kasi bilang mga senador, nasa kanila yung primary responsibility na maging purveyors of the truth. No, kahit na pagdebatehan natin ng certain policies in government, okay 'yun, that's fine. But it always has to be based on facts. Pero kung yung gagawin mo, ipipresent mo yung obviously hindi naman talaga nangyari and present it as facts, hindi lang yan unethical. That's also dangerous. Kasi kanino pa susuling yung ating mga kababayan, no? I know, in this day and age of social media, ang hirap-hirap ng ang hirap-hirap ng i-distinguish kung ano talaga yung totoong news kung ano yung factual news at kung alin yung fake news, no? That's why importante para sa akin pa rin talaga yung role ng mainstream media kasi kung kayo you go through several layers of fact checking before presenting something as fact, no? Before presenting something as material for news. Sa social media hindi ganoon eh. Meron lang masabi yung isa, sasabihin na agad sa social media and people believe that. Paano gagawin natin ngayon kung yung ganung pamantayan ng fake news, naririnig mismo natin sa halls ng Senado. Kaya talagang para sa akin, it's a new low in the history of the Philippine Senate.
Wala naman po ding, although it was voted to be stricken off the record, Dino, dapat po ba magkaroon man lang na, winidraw pala, no, sorry, winidraw ni Senator Amy yung kanyang inilabas na video. Wala din namang nagreklamo enough for the ethics committee to make a report about it. Pero kasi alarming nga po yung ganun na isang senador yung ganyan, considering na nilalabanan talaga natin ang misinformation at disinformation on the age of social media. Should there be parang sarili nilang body na sila mismo mag-uusap na hindi pwede ito maulit na naman in full view of the public?
I think that is something that the senator should seriously consider. Kasi kahit naman sa warfare, meron tinatawag na rules of engagement eh. Okay lang na magbanatan tayo on certain differences in opinion, pero wala naman sanang based on pure invention. Kasi kaya nga tama yung sabi ni Senator Mix, wala namang ganyanan. Hindi naman tama ito. Na maraming nanonood sa atin. At saka that is official business of the Senate. Kahit na sabihin na natin, Rika, na totoo, winidraw ni Senator Amy yun. Pero parang toothpaste yan eh. Wala sa
Yeah.
record, pero maibabalik mo pa ba yun? Narinig na ng lahat. And it was done in full view of the public. Kaya sa tingin ko, hindi yun dapat at dapat magkaroon ng agreement yung mga senador na pag-usapan nila yung rules of engagement. But more importantly,
Yeah.
I think ang importanteng role dito is tayong mga nagmamasid, ang taong bayan, no? We have to call it out for what it is. It is fake news. It is not a valid kind of expression of opinion. We can support whoever we want to support, but it always has to be on the basis of our fidelity to the truth. Hindi yung mag-iimbento tayo tapos ipipresent natin siya as facts. That is very alarming to me bilang isang nagtuturo sa mga kabataan, Peter at saka Rika.
Napakaganda nung analogy ninyo na parang toothpaste yan eh. Pag pinisil mo na't lumabas na, hindi mo na maipapasok ulit yan. In this case, sa mga sa pinresent ni Amy Marcos na di umano ay audiovisual presentation, it looked like, it sounded like a vlog to me, no? So the damage, I think, the damage has been done already. In the meantime, ang isa sa mga tinatanong ng iba, so anong ginagawa ng Ethics Committee ngayon? May gagawin ba sila? Dahil panahon ni JV sa Ethics Committee, 'di ba? May mga complaints na hindi ko alam kung ano ba nangyari doon. Bigla na lang nawala. Number 2, it's kind of cringeworthy din and I apologize for using that term. Na you call each other honorable, your honor. The gentleman, the lady from, and then you wear a robe, and that's how you act. Walang elegance at all.
Yeah, totoo. I agree with you, Peter. No, number one, dun sa ethics, di ba tayo nagtataka ngayon kung bakit mas pinagtitiwalaan na ng taong bayan yung House of Representatives? Kasi yung mga ethics complaint na hinarap sa kanila, dun sa kanilang ethics committee, inaksyon na nila. Remember that there was a particular congressman who was at the very least suspended for disorderly conduct based on the appreciation of his colleagues. Pero sa Senado mukhang mabagal sila dun sa ganong pag-aksyon. Kaya yan dapat something that they have to take seriously kasi alam mo kung kanina before this interview I was looking at my Facebook account, nakita ko there was a meme about the illustrious record of the Senate, no? Jose W. Jokno, Lorenzo Tañada, Nene Pimentel,
Yan.
Joker, and the list is endless. Ano kaya yung mga nagiging reaction nila ngayon? They must be rolling in their graves because of what's happening in the Senate, no? Yung kaya nga yung pagtawag ng Your Honor, no? At pagsusuot pa ng robe sa impeachment, dapat sana maging ano yan, reminder sa kanila na hindi ito tungkol sa akin kung hindi sa responsibilidad na iniatang sa akin ng konstitusyon. And that should mean something. Parang ano yan Peter parang it's a necessary fiction. Alam naman natin some of them are not exactly honorable, pero ginagamit pa din yung title na yon in the hope that they maintain honor and decorum befitting duly elected officials in the most one of the most prestigious August halls in the country. Senado, noong mga nakaraang panahon, pag sinabing senador ka, you are really the best of the best among us.
Yeah.
Hindi na natin masasabi yan, Peter and Rica.
Just 2 weeks ago, hindi naman po ganito yung takbo ng Senado natin, Dean, no? Pero when nagkaroon ng shake-up, hanggang ngayon, lumipas na ang isang linggo after ng barilan. Hanggang ngayon, we've been seeing drama every day in the Senate. But these are the same senators that were sitting in 2 weeks ago, di ba? Or 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago. Sila pa rin naman. Does this have to do also with how the leadership handles the senators na nakaupo ngayon?
Well, in general, yes, it also has to do with that. Discipline is very important in the deliberative assemblies. Kaya nga malaki yung nagiging role ng party leaders, in this case, coalition leaders, kasi wala naman talagang tunay na political parties dito sa Pilipinas. But importante yun. Lalo na sa panahon ngayon, no? The leadership they have to run a tight ship and they have to demonstrate resolve doon sa pagpapatakbo ng chamber, no? Kaya mahalaga yung challenge na iniatang. Ang problema kasi nangyayari ngayon, Rica, sa tingin ko, it's really the culture of the social media creeping into the Senate. Kaya yung mga action nila parang vlog, parang it's so performative, really appealing to a certain audience. Hindi, and I'm sure it's not they're not making this to mark their names in history, unfortunately. They're doing is addressing it to a specific audience para mag-agitate, para mag-create ng certain kind of emotion on some members of the public. Kaya talagang nakakalungkot itong pangyayaring ito.
Yeah. Dean, kahapon, nung magsalita na si Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano, habang ang nagpe-preside si Madam Loren Legarda, binanggit na naman niya yung hawak natin ng beat. Ako'y medyo natigalgal dahil sabi ko bakit na naman nahawak na naman niya yung beat.
Nananahimik na yung beat.
and it was a very serious discussion of what's going on, how the Senate is trying its darnest to be better. And then babanggitin mo ulit yung hawak ko. Never mind that. Pero here's another one last thought, Dean Tapia, sa Blue Ribbon Committee, sabi nga nung mga analysts and some observers, yung bagong composition ng Blue Ribbon Committee sa Senado ngayon, may mga kaso may mga due process will have to be given to each and every one of them. But my goodness gracious, ang daming may mga hinaharap na kaso ngayon. And you are part of the Blue Ribbon Committee. It's, long story short, this is not really about competence or yung fit mo ba, yung background mo will give you the Blue Ribbon Committee credentials. What do you think of that, Dean?
Alam mo, Peter, nung nakita ko yung listahan ng mga members ng Blue Ribbon Committee, isa lang ang naisip ko, yung binabanggit mong kaso. Pero yung naisip ko, conjugation ng kaso. Doon sa mga nag-aaral ng language, no? Ano yung conjugation na yan? Meron doon, nagkakaso. Merong may kaso. Merong magkakakaso. Merong kinakasuhan. Merong kakasuhan. So, different conjugations of the word kaso. Pero ang dulo nun, kaso pa din. Yan ba yung mag-iimbestiga sa mga magkakaroon ng kaso o mga may kaso? Kaya,
Nice.
Hindi maganda dahil supposed to be the Blue Ribbon Committee, yan ang graft buster ng Senado Pero paano naman magiging graft buster na legitimate yung membership ngayon na katulad nga nung binanggit ko kanina, maraming
Oo.
permutations, maraming conjugation, nakaugat lang dun sa salitang kaso. So, sa tingin ko hindi appropriate. Even if you are part of the majority, dapat they should have exercised more prudence and caution dun sa
Oo.
pagpili ng mga members nung ilalagay sa Blue Ribbon. However, medyo shallow yung bench kasi nga the
Shallow.
Senate in general
Oo.
talagang applicable din yung conjugation ng salitang kaso.
Tapos galit na galit si Amy kahapon. Hindi naobserbahan ko lang, partner, tsaka din na pinaplano ninyo ang ang Noel. Oo, ang charter change.
Oo.
Bigla
Kona.
nagsalita. Okay na sana
Oo.
Nagsalita pa si Robin Padilla.
Oh.
I am for charter change. siya pala yung may balak. Okay. Dean, maraming salamat po. This has been a very energizing discussion with you. And we will talk to you again soon, sir. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Peter Enrica. Patuloy lang nating obserbahan yung mga comedy of errors na nangyayari.
Magkaka-ribbon cutting ceremony.
yeah.
Blue ribbon cutting. Thank you, Dean. Ingat
Thank
po.
you.
Good morning.
At sa August body ngayong May, ang quotable quote ay
Oh.
hawak natin
Yeah.
ang beat.
Ge! Isayo na lang natin to, partner.